Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of what would I think if there was like a pillow behind somebody and I was watching their video? My God. I'm sorry, it's a really nice pillow. I like it a lot. Could we angle this a little? Could we? So I tried to shoot a video and then I noticed that my eyes looked like crap, so I wouldn't rinsed my face off, so I didn't look like I hadn't showered in like 4 days, which I haven't. That's not true. I showered 2 days ago. I'm joking. Also, I have a very loose itinerary today. Did I brush my teeth? Sipping wine, obviously. That's what I do. It's how I roll. Gnarly Head, Merlot. This is the 2015. Tastes good. Tastes good. I get it for my man Mikey. He's Mike, but I call him Mikey for some reason. Not to his face, of course. I don't think he would like that. He's Egyptian. Mike is probably not his actual name. Anyway, sipping it. It's got some legs. What's up with that? It's a 15%er. I think it's like 14.8%. It'll mess you up. Yeah, it'll mess you up. Anyway, very loose itinerary. I've got a couple things I want to talk about. And then hopefully it'll like naturally progress into something interesting. I got my iPhone SE2 is what I'm recording on, because I don't have a laptop right now for reasons I won't disclose. And I dropped it right on the asphalt. It fell like I'm 6 feet tall. I think it fell like 4 feet straight onto the asphalt, and chipped the edge. So I just bought this thing 3 weeks ago, and I'm one of those people who doesn't like to have a cell phone case, but I've decided that when I'm going on a hike or something, or I think I'm going to be in a place where I'm going to be taking it out all the time, I've decided, I'm going to actually put it in a case. And this is the case I'm using. It's super cool. It's just a thin plastic case, but it says Joker on it. I really like it. I'm a Joker, and I love the Joker. I think I made it. Did I make a Joker video where I talked about all the different Jokers? Batman villain. Big fan. Also, other people that are a big fan of the Joker, I don't like those people. Those people bother me. They seem like kind of pretentious douchebags to me, so, they don't understand the Joker like I do, because I don't, the character doesn't matter to me. It's a feeling. It's a feeling that you get when you sort of reject a very abstract aspects of, reality, society. The character is just a conduit for the understanding of that abstraction. And that's what I think a lot of people don't realize. They think they're just being cool. There's nothing cool about you, bro. You're not cool at all to me. You don't, and then I'll have people like telling me, what's up with the chip on your shoulder? Do you see a chip on these shoulders? No, go ahead, knock it off. If you see the chip, then knock it off. Otherwise, knock it off. So anyway, I was at the thrift shop today. I got into it with a guy, because I swear to God, every time here in Simi, there's like 4 to 6 thrift stores that are of any, like, worth visiting ever. I think there's like 7 total, but there's 4 to maybe 6 that are actually worth visiting, and I won't mention the one that's absolutely not worth visiting ever. But I will say that there's 4 fairly decent, solid ones. There's a thrift shop where I got my Iowa PXT 3000 Di 3, whatever the heck it's called. I don't know. I can't remember the model number, but it's amazing, and I got it for $30, and it's on eBay. They go for like $400 because it's in freaking museum grade condition. And there's another thrift store where I picked this up. As soon as I saw it, I just immediately fell in love with it. It's called There's Something Going On There. They charged me $4 for this thing. I don't know why. It's not like it's super valuable. You can pick these up on eBay for like 15 to 20 bucks in this condition. You can get a decent copy, like just readable condition, for probably 15 bucks, including shipping, possibly even less than that. It is not a common book. It's just that because of the internet, you can get stuff like this. So I love it. It's great movies. There's something going on out there. I'm glad that I didn't have to pay $25 for it, but it's so cool. It just look here's a full page spread on Psycho. What a great book. I love it. I love the way it's edited. I love the just visual look of it. Look at that. Children of the night. What music they make. It's just all about kind of just like movies in which there's weird stuff happening and villains, and I just love it. It's so great. I think this book's from 1986, which is a year before I was born. And it's beautiful. The cover is lovely. No tears, no missing pages, no writing. It's probably, I paid $4 for it. It's probably worth $30, let's be honest. But I didn't buy it for that. I bought it because I really like it. I just think it's beautiful. I just think everything about it is awesome. The only thing I don't really love about it is the name. There's something going on out there. I think they could have thought of a better. There's Ming there in the front and center. He got like Rosemary's Baby here. And, oh, it's so cool. So cool. Lots of pictures. There's Clint Eastwood down there. You see Clint Eastwood in the bottom. What would be your left? I don't know. Does it flip the image? I guess it flips the image because you can see that from where I'm recording, it's all mirror image. But I know that when the video actually uploads, it'll be proper. That was something that tripped me out originally. I've only been making movies. I've only been making YouTube videos for about 2 weeks now, and I have about 7 or 8 so far. And yeah, it was. I was thinking about kind of. I was going to thrift stores, spending a little bit of money. I bought a few CDs, some really rare albums. I picked up at a low cost. Got a couple VHS tapes that are quite uncommon and in very good condition. So, but I saw this other guy like that I see all the time. Like there was one day where it was like we were on the same trajectory because I saw him at the Goodwill off whatever LA Avenue, and then all of a sudden I saw him at the that broke ass thrift store next to the Wiener Schnitzel. I saw him there as well, and then I saw him again at Hope of the Valley, and I was like, man, every thrift store I go to, you're right here, right in front of me, like what? And none of that really mattered to me, even though I saw him at the Goodwill. Then the other Goodwill, the one off Stearns, saw him there too, and I was like, man, because I was gonna keep going to Salvation Army, the one off well, it's off DeSoto and Canoga. There's a Salvation Army, and I was surprised I didn't see him there. I thought he was just going to keep going forever. But then, like, randomly, 2 weeks later, it's on some random day that I had off, I went to, not to do a full circuit, but just go to a couple thrift stores, and I went to one again, and there he was. And I was like, I said something. I was like, man, and he got really upset at me. Like, he was really offended that I mentioned to him that every time I go to the thrift store, I see him. But, I mean, it's like, I said something to him, too. I was like, is this all you do? You just drive around in circles and just walk into the different thrift stores? Because it's like every time I go, there you are. You're like, is that Visa or American Express that has, like, everywhere you go, there, is that, there's, like, a thing. Anyway, he got really upset at me, and he's like, I don't understand. He had that, I don't know what he said, but it was just like, you can tell somebody's tone when you say something to them, and then the response is kind of like, hey man, and they have that look in their face. It's like, wow, geez, hold on. I mean, that's like, and I told him, I was like, oh, it's not like we're competing with each other. And he's like, not at all. It's just a very strange person. Guy in his like late 40s, maybe early 50s. Just very unusual character, an odd character, as one of my friends would say. An odd character indeed. So we're 10 minutes into the video. I don't know how I'm going to stretch this out. Doesn't really seem possible. So let's just get into it. I guess maybe I have some. Do I have some Blu-rays? Yeah. Okay. So I picked up some Blu-rays at Goodwill, and these are, I think, $3 a piece. They might be $4 a piece. Hell, they might be $5 a piece. I don't really ask. They don't post the prices, and I don't really ask. If the disc is in there and the disc is in mint condition or has like one tiny faint scratch, I'm gonna buy it. if I like the movie and if it's a Blu-ray, because I only like watching Blu-rays. I really don't like watching DVDs. My biggest problem with DVDs is not the picture quality, because I only have a 42-inch 1080p, which is a 2K, but a DVD is like 540p. But I have an upscaler, so it looks like 720. But my problem is the sound. I really hate bad sound, because the way my 5.1 setup is, it has like, it's an LG with 3D sound, and I really hate the sound quality from DVDs. I always have to like tweak it for the specific movie depending on what it's going to be doing, and then there'll be like periods throughout the film where I'm like, oh, that sound. But with Blu-rays, it always sounds amazing, just with the neutral setting. But with DVDs, I always have to tweak it. So I hate the sound of a DVD on my sound system, and the picture quality, I don't really notice that much of a difference, but I do notice that the Blu-rays look a bit crisper and cleaner than the DVDs as well. And also, I just like the idea of Blu-rays because they're just superior to a DVD. So I would prefer to own a movie that I really like in a Blu-ray format than a DVD format. Also, I don't care for digital streaming. Digital streaming is perfectly fine. I'm not knocking it. I think it's convenient and perfectly acceptable. There's nothing wrong with it, really. If it's something that I feel like I'm going to be revisiting, then I'm going to want to own it in at least a 2K preserved format, such as a Blu-ray. Blu-rays are awesome. I think that the 4K, the black ones, those I don't like because, one, they're extremely hard to find and they're expensive when you find them. Two, they're not available for very many films. And I feel like it's good enough. That's how I am with a lot of different things. Like vinyl record, I think is I don't think anything beats vinyl. And that's a format that was being utilized in the 1930s, and I don't think we've been able to top it. Yeah, a CD mix can top a vinyl for sure, in terms of sound quality, but at the same time, a vinyl frequently gets a different kind of a mix and master that can bring out different feelings and emotions. So a lot of people go, oh, vinyl's cool. You like all those little pops and clicks and things, and the noise gate on the low level, that hiss. And like a tape is the same way, like that tape hiss they call it. And a vinyl kind of has these pops and cracks and little glitches and things like that. It's like, ooh, you like that, huh? Ooh, do you like that? No, I don't like that. Actually, it annoys me, but I tolerate it because I think that vinyl is often given a better mix, because the CD goes from a certain range, a very low range, like 60 hertz up to 20,000 hertz or something crazy. Like human ear of a average 30-year-old male, which is me, can't hear the very high range that a CD is capable of producing, but through the proper sound system, obviously. Whereas vinyl is a much more limited range, but yeah, if you read up on it, I really think that the arguments that are made frequently ignore the biggest factor in a vinyl record's favor, which is that the vinyl's limitations cause you to have to create a more dynamic mix just for the sake of getting that whole 45-minute album onto two sides of a giant black plate. As Eddie Vedder says, you got to spin the black circle and fit that album on two sides. And so they have to do a bunch of stuff, and it's brilliant. And the mix of a vinyl is just simply, it's a different mix. The way that they can't make it so loud, but you can just turn the volume up higher if it's too quiet with a vinyl. But with a CD, I feel like what happens is you get distortion, clipping, brick walling, all kinds of stuff. The mix, it's fatiguing. It's irritating to me. If it's mixed in a way that CDs are frequently mixed, it's Rick Rubinized, let's say. Whereas vinyl, you can't do that. You have to keep it dynamic. So it's the ears are constantly getting a sort of a fluctuation of sound that is incredibly endearing when it comes to albums that I particularly favor. And just listening to music by itself doesn't appeal to me. I like certain albums. I like the words. I like the creativity. I like the growth and development of the artists themselves, and I like the way that it all just kind of flows together in one continuous sonic listening experience. And that's why I like vinyl. I prefer it to CDs. Not for the reasons that are more conventional that you sometimes hear. Like, oh, it just has a warmth to it. No, it's a lot more than that, my friend. For me, maybe for you it's not, but Henry Rollins will back me up. Rollins knows what I'm talking about. Hashtag Henry Rollins. I listen to his show all the time, by the way, on KCRW on NPR. Fanatic. So I picked up couple Blu-rays. I got Ghost of Mars, John Carpenter, one of the last films that he made for a who did he make this? This is for Sony, Screen Gems, and what's that one? I can't read it. I need my glasses, but yeah, this is one of the last films that Carpenter made for a big studio production company. You got Natasha Henstridge, whatever her name is. What has she done lately? Curious. And Ice Cube, and a bunch of other people. Ghost of Mars, really looking forward to checking it out on Blu-ray. Then I got The Town. This is a really, really well-known film in terms of being like kind of an indie circuit runner that ended up blowing up because Ben Affleck, he directed it. You got Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye is in it, Rebecca Hall, John Hamm, Blake Lively. What a great, exciting movie, The Town. Lovely, lovely little film that is so much bigger than the sum of its parts. I mean, I believe it got, and this is the extended cut, which I've never seen that. I've only seen the theatrical, but this one has both. I love this about Blu-rays because there's so much. You get 50 gigs to put on of data that you can put on a Blu-ray. So, you get uncompressed sound, you get 1080p, you get sometimes you get two versions of a film and a bunch of extra features all on one disc. Another reason to love Blu-rays because I don't like 2-disc stuff. A 2-disc edition, I don't like that because the second disc is just a bunch of nonsense, and the first disc, it's like, why didn't you put it all on one disc? Well, because DVDs have limited amounts of storage space. Usually is the reason. Other times it's for corporate consumer reasons. They can sell maybe more for a higher price if they spread it out over 2 discs, but that's just how it rolls. That's how it goes. But with a Blu-ray, I think they know, like a 2-disc Blu-ray is pretty much unheard of. I mean, they exist, but it's very rare that you see that. Trying to think of an example. Schindler's List, they put on 2 Blu-rays. I don't know why. It seems like they could have put the whole movie on one, but whatever. I guess maybe it has it has 18 commentary tracks or something. Is that the reason why? I don't know. I have this Schindler's List Blu-ray. It's a 2-disc Blu-ray, and I've never actually. It might even be a 3-disc Blu-ray. Is that possible? Sometimes when they do a 3-disc, it'll be on 2 disc, and then the 3rd disc will be a DVD. That annoys me because they're putting the movie onto like a 2K thing. They're upscaling, or they're making it more HD. But then they're all the special features they're not doing that too because that would cost money, and they figure they. What's that Fight Club line where he says, like, if A plus B equals less than C, then we don't. Bothers me. I hate getting a Blu-ray and you get like a Blu-ray and then the special features on a DVD, and it's the same DVD that came with the DVD version from previous years. Annoying. But I don't really care. That doesn't really bother me. It's special features. Inconsequential. I want to be able to enjoy the film first and foremost. So that's the most important thing. Anyway, super awesome. Love that I picked this up at a thrift store for $3. Always in mint condition. Always check the disc. And then I've also got 310 to Yuma. Incredible film with Crow and Bale. What a great movie. Infamous outlaw Ben Wade and his vicious gang of thieves and murderers have plagued the Southern Railroad. When Wade is captured, Civil War veteran Dan Evans, played by Christian Bale, who, I don't know how he does that. Like, that performance is so astonishing. Volunteers to deliver him alive to the 310 to Yuma, a train that will take the killer to trial. But with Wade's outfit on their trail and dangers at every turn, the mission soon becomes a violent, impossible journey towards each man's destiny. 310 to Yuma. Great movies. How the heck? Who gave these up to a thrift store for nothing? Unbelievable. Anyway, we're 20 minutes in, and I want to talk a little bit about, enough about movies. I want to talk a little bit about, was that a sentence? Or am I stuttering? I am drinking, so that would make perfect sense. I'm trying to create content here. I'm trying to make a channel that people will subscribe to, but currently I have no subscribers. I have 0 subscribers. Is YouTube like blackballing me, or what's the term? Is that racist, by the way? Blackballing? I don't think it has anything to do with African Americans or black heritage or anything like that. I think it has to do with like communism. Hold on, I have hiccups. Communism in America. By the way, whenever I get the hiccups, because I'm drinking and talking a lot, I get the hiccups a lot, but I just take a deep breath and they go away. Yeah, a lot of people are jealous of me for that. I have that skill set where it's not a set of skills. It's just a specific skill that I have. But unfortunately, I can't fix the skill that allows me to be able to think clearly and be lucid when I'm inebriated in a heavy way. Can you be inebriated in a heavy way? Does that even make sense? I'm heavily inebriated, I should have said. A lot of times people have sentences that have too many words in them, and I always think to myself, man, I could have sliced off a little bit of that fat there and made your sentence a little more efficient. You're losing your audience, my friend. I'm talking to myself about right now. But what I wanted to get into a little bit in the last 7 or 8 minutes of this video is my singing style that I've been practicing. So we're gonna explore this a little bit. It's called the Tuvan method. I don't know if it's called that or not, but that's what I'm calling it. It's a Mongolian style of singing, I believe, but it's also been adopted by a lot of different cultures, and there's something known as the overtone harmonic. And I'm researching it right now so I can learn more about it. But I'm very interested in this because it's new and different and unique and not something that I had previously explored. I do know that as somebody who plays woodwinds, clarinets, saxophones, and the like, and even I've dabbled in double reed instruments like the oboe, but never the bassoon, but the oboe. There's overtone harmonics. You can play certain notes, like you don't even have to play an instrument. You could just have like a weed whacker or some kind of some kind of cutting tool where there's a gear or a saw blade that spins at 10,000 RPMs. Or there's even a really cheap little ridged hose toy that you can buy. I think I won one at a fairground once, and all you do is just twirl around and spin it, and the air passing through it makes an overtone. So the overtone harmonic is interesting because it's not like the chromatic, what do they call it? The 440 hertz harmonic scale, A, B, C, D, E, F, G with all the flats and sharps, 12 notes total. It's not like that. Overtone harmonic's a little bit tweaked. It conforms to it with some notes, but with other notes it's not. It's a little bit off. So I believe the Tuvan culture or the Mongolians have developed instruments that appeal more. Oh, my cat! Gosh darn it! My cat's outside. Hold on, let me go get him. Of all the times he could have showed up today, and now, right when I'm recording. I have to get him because what I've learned is if I don't open the door, he leaves and then he won't come back because he just gets mad because I don't care enough about him. And right now he's mad at me because I'm not feeding him his wet food. He's going to have to chew on the dry food for a few minutes. But just to reward all the people who have been watching my video so far, perhaps you just simply skip to the 24-minute mark, which is exactly what we've now hit. I'm gonna display a little bit of this Tuvan, this overtone harmonic singing style, which consists of a fundamental, a low note, and then you create through the fundamental. There's like some sort of nasal thing that happens, a reverberation of the skull that creates this other higher pitched note. And I don't have the microphone set up capable of really bringing this out, or the recording tools necessary to sort of minimize the fundamental, because that's really the problem. The fundamental is sort of a droning nuisance. It's kind of it pesters the eardrums of the listener and me as well. But it's invariably required to produce the overtone, which I think is a beautiful thing, sort of like a whistle. So let's see if we can do it. I've tried to develop a few things because I've tried to focus it a bit, and so I may sit up, change positions, but the reality is that it just might not work out because there's a lot that I have to learn. I'm a student of jazz, going back several decades, and I can sing as well, 2.5 octaves, pretty tight. I'm good on. Need a lot of warm up and rehearsal to be able to sing effectively. But ever since Miss Campbell in second grade told me that she wanted me to be the singer in the Peter Rabbit play, and I turned it down because I was too much of a little pussy. Can I say that? And still not be demonetized? Uh, I fancied myself as a capable singer when I put the work in. I think that I have the chops. Yeah, maybe I don't have the best teeth in the game like Anthony Fantano, and maybe I can't produce an album that he would rate anything higher than not good. But you never know. Maybe I could produce an album that he would at least give not good to, and that would mean enough people are paying attention that I'm on the radar for maybe progressing. I still have a few years left, 30 something, let's say. I don't like to reveal my exact age, but let's just say I'm in my early 30s. Very early 30s. But you ever get that feeling like, oh my God, I'm in my early 30s, and like you're going to wake up one day and just be like 90 or like be like whatever age and just like realize that your life is over? That's just a horrible feeling, that existential dread that comes along with that feeling. But anyway, so I told you about the fundamental, the overtone, the technique, the style, but I have yet to demonstrate it. And so let's give it a try. I got about 3 minutes left. If it goes well, then I may push it a little farther, but I really don't like to make videos that are more than half an hour for two reasons. One, I know that people have to get on with their lives and have other things to do with their day. And two, I run into problems with longer videos with YouTube. I've run into issues uploading them and not having them glitch out. And I even lost a video that was like 57 minutes, and because I thought that it uploaded and I deleted it off my phone because I have only 65 gigabytes or whatever, and then I realized that it didn't upload, and then it was deleted, and I just lost everything because I don't pay for the iCloud service, so I lost a good hour-long video that was all about Batman. But it's okay because I feel like that video probably wasn't a very good take on Batman anyway. Even the second video that I made, really I should have put a lot more preparation into, because I believe I remember, I was like reading a book or a magazine or something about some Star Wars thing. I was like reading like a magazine and listening to it in the background, and I was like, oh, that was stupid. Or, it's like, who's gonna listen to this? Who's gonna care about anything that I have to say when I don't put any preparation in? But maybe somebody will. Maybe people will understand that not preparing and just kind of just going into it. That's what most people do with their day-to-day lives. They just sort of just go. Who wakes up and prepares for their day, other than just, I guess, like brushing your teeth and maybe eating some breakfast? Who really outlines their entire day? And it's like, what is that? I do know people that do that, by the way. They're generally more successful than me, but that's just not what I'm about. So anyway, given everything that I've explained about the Tuvan method, you can look into it and research it further on your own. I'm gonna try to show you what is perhaps possible with just a little bit of practice, what can be done. But I don't know if my microphone will be able to properly represent what's actually happening in the acoustic room that I'm in. The acoustic properties of the room that I'm in might not balance well with the microphone in order to create the ideal sound that I'm, at this point, being a noob at this, potentially capable of creating. It might not. So it might just not. Like, it's gonna sound a lot better in my head. I know that, first and foremost. So let me just down this wine, and then I'll probably try this out a little bit. Just my glick thing. Hashtag Martin Short. All right, here we go. Ha 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 ha. You know, Lion King? I'm just trying to get a sense of the sound. Here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, let me just move it up a little because I might have to change my body position. I don't want anybody to see the fact that I'm wearing swim trunks. Okay, here we go. A little bit more posture. Here we go. Posture. Tighten up the abdomen, you know. So that's just a little bit of a taste of what might be achievable with a little bit more rehearsal practice, understanding of the overtone scale, the harmonic nature of sound. Could be controlled, perhaps, in a way that is decidedly pleasant, palatable to the ears. It's weird to think something could be palatable to the ears, since the ears aren't capable of taste, but our ears do have taste. When you hear something that you like, it sounds nice. That's a pleasant taste in the ears, and that's the kind of what are we gonna split hairs here? Split ear hairs here. Your ears, the cilia in your ears. Is it cilia? I believe it is. There's cilia in your stomach. I think there's cilia in your ears as well, and they're the ones that detect the sound. But yeah, we're gonna split cilia ear hairs here. Sounds nice. It sounds nice. If it doesn't, then that was the microphone. It wasn't my fault. I'm recording this on an iPhone SE2. I don't have any special equipment. If you thought that was neat, you want to hear me try to pursue that a little bit more, then I'd love to hear your feedback. If you didn't think it sounded very good at all, then maybe at least it was kind of interesting, and you want to try it as well and maybe practice a little bit and show me up. Come on. Let's do it. It's all a competition. You know, we're all just trying to get to the cheese at the end of the maze, so to speak. So, join me, subscribe, hit that like button. Actually, don't subscribe or hit the like button, because I don't like you and I don't know who you are. So leave me alone. And I want my channel to have 0 subscribers until I die at age 80 in 50 years. Nobody, all of you leave. Just like Christian Bale, just like Batman said in The Dark Knight when he, or was that Dark Knight Rises when he hit the glass? Yeah, when Ra's al Ghul showed up and he made all the other fellow multimillionaires and billionaires leave, and he got them all to leave because he's just a stuffy playboy. Yeah, that's how I am with you. I don't like you. I don't know you, and I don't want you subscribing to my channel. If you are subscribed to my channel, hit the unlike button. Unsubscribe. Is it unlike button or is it downvote button? Am I confusing that with Reddit? Anyway, just go away. Go away. I don't want you here. seriously, I don't want you here. Just go away. Would you just leave me alone? I'm having a nervous breakdown, and I just want to practice my Tuvan throat singing for the next 78,000 years. So if you wouldn't mind, please just leave me to my artistic endeavors and let my skill set grow in an organic and natural way. And do not try to supplement it with your fertilizer that is made of a petroleum-based material, in addition to cow dung and feces. And what's up with the water supply? Is there a bunch of like hormones and stuff that end up passing through our bodies and then ending up in the water supply, so that when they filter it and the the water apparently becomes municipal in nature, not in other words, not from under the ground, but recycled. Then the hormones recycle through it and become more concentrated. Is that something that's happening? Let me go get my tinfoil hat, and I'll make another video after I put on my tinfoil hat and come to the necessary conclusions in order to justify. My cat is, I just can't even. COVID, Trump, municipal water supplies, lead, iron, copper, zinc, petroleum, feces. Word association games are a lot of fun. You should try them sometime. Line up your synonyms. If I say a word, what's the word that you think of? If I say cup, if I say nuance, if I say the sophisticates, what do you think of? It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Come have fun with me. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Why not? Is it really gonna hurt you to want to be my friend and hang out with me? I'm getting desperate. It's I don't know what to do. You know, I try that reverse psychology approach and it just doesn't work out. You know, I'm breaking. I'm hitting my breaking point. Come play with me. Forever and ever and ever